Night fell in the rot, and tonight, like every night, the creatures of crime and shadow slithered out of their holes looking for fun, fortune, and fresh victims. The sex workers hiked up their skirts and tugged down their tops, the drug dealers loaded their pockets and strapped on their weapons, while the Silver Guard manned the border making sure they all stayed in the rot. Pickpockets warmed up and stretched their fingers. Serial killers sharpened their blades and checked their sacks for holes. Brass knuckles got polished, boots laced, spells memorized, and as they all prepared to do what they always did, the only things they knew how to do, and hoped they'd survive another night. Tall buildings, dirty windows, cluttered streets, and every smell associated with the poor stirred in a stale breeze. It was the very reason this place was called the Rot. Thousands of bodies moved to and fro, hustling and shuffling with great purpose and no direction. The city was alive the way only a true cesspool could be. And Raymond loved it. From the roof of the Black Spirits, Raymond watched the city, his city, and felt home. The party downstairs was raucous. Normally he'd be getting licked. Between the liquor, pills, herbs, and flesh, he would lose all touch with reality and forget about all the evil he'd done to get there. Tonight he wasn't giving orders, he was taking them. The living murder had made itself at home under his roof, and the living murder he counted on to take care of problems like this was nowhere to be found. On the street below, a couple was having a tiff about his wandering eye and her psychotic jealousy. Their voices rose in speed and pitch until he backhanded her across the face, hard, 4 knuckles to the teeth, and she went down while blood went up. The man barked over her prone form for a spell before turning to walk away. He never saw her coming. She drove a blade into the back of his neck with a banshee scream. He went down. She mounted him. He struggled. She stabbed and stabbed and stabbed, and a minute later, it was over. And she was gone. As soon as the woman was clear of the scene, a band of street children, too small, weak, or stupid to get picked up by one of the gangs, swarmed the body, picking it clean of anything that could be used, bartered, or sold. Naked and bleeding to death in the open street, Raymond waited. Only a citizen of the Rot would know that his story was not over. From the shadows, quick as a rat, the lowest rung of the underworld showed its face. The sludge. 4 of them, likely family, struck out to collect the body while it was still warm. They would sell the useful bits to wizards for potions and spells, and the large chunks of leg and arm meat would feed them for nearly a week. But first, they would do what all deviants did with a warm body in a dark alley. This was the Rot.